And then Hamaji means I don't or I won't. Like if I say Idapo Hamaji, I don't know. Or Ponca Hamaji, I didn't do it. And but do you see when it feels good that when you could do that? Cause see, I'm at that point where that I only got very few people. If I got a question, I could ask, and sometimes I don't get an answer back from it. And the two biggest men in the White Eagle area that I go to is Grandpa Lewis and Grandpa Sherman, both educated in the American society and schooling, and also fluent speakers in the Ponca language. And then I asked questions third person to my uncle Rufus White, who I haven't seen in about 17, 18 years in Macy. And I asked my sister Arlene if she knows something and I might not know it. And she never could answer me on that. And then I also asked my sister Vida Stabler. And then they'll ask me vice versa. They always ask me questions, and I answer them. I never got to a point where I couldn't answer a question they asked me, and I thank God that I retained so much as a child, that I asked so many questions growing up, that we have to help one another. It ain't about saying, oh, well, you know this or I know that. It's about what are we going to do for one another in the language. It ain't about trying to act. In Ponca, we call it masa. Masa. That's like your shit don't stink or you're the best one. Or when people act, yeah, masa, when they talk so down on people or so horrible, like they're just so much better and all that. That's in our language. And we're going to get to those negative traits and positive traits in our language down the road, but we're not ready yet. And we have to do that. So when you get people, and it makes me feel honored that people that are 20 and 30 years older than me from the Ponca tribe or the Omaha tribe, they ask me for my advice and my help, and I give it the best I can. And I don't answer right away. I think about what I'm going to say to them so that I don't tell them, I don't misdirect them or mislead them. And I pray, let me be able to help them. If I can, I'll say, I apologize. I can't help you. I don't know. And there's one thing that I couldn't, and not one Ponca fluent or fluent Omaha or a semi-fluent could come up with all children's lives matter. And I translated it about 5 different ways, and every Ponca man said, those are good sentences, but you can't use it for that. And then I Google matters. I Google all kind of matters, and then everything it says matter. And then I Google everything that says it could be like until I'm getting every single word I could get that refers to matter or to be something of significance or whatever it might be. And no matter what I found and I translated, the Poncas here said, nope, it won't work. And then I waited for the Omaha relatives, and I even asked Dre Santasy, and we're kind of, I mean, I don't know, we're at that point where sometimes we're just going to have to make a word. Like I said, 2 ways. I said Shigajinga. I said Shigajinga ma, Nitai, Una. And right there, the children's lives are good. The children's lives are good. Because, I mean, if a child, all children matter or children's lives matter, I mean, like I said, I went round and round with fluent speaking this on both sides, and not one tribe would make an attempt to even use one of them words. And then, so therefore, we don't even got a word for that. Children's lives matter. So it's something to think about. If you got dictionaries, go through your dictionaries and see if you came up with the same things I did. And and sometimes it's frustrating because I went to our Poncas and our counterparts in Omaha. None of them could help me. And then everything I took to Sister Arlene Walker, she said yes, you can use that. My sister straight up told me I could use that, and she's a semi-fluent. How she might be better than me, I don't know. But the thing is that she said that's good if you use that, but still, them fluent speakers on both sides wouldn't go with it. They wouldn't go for it because maybe it has a deeper meaning than what I'm understanding because I'm so English now, I'm so American. You understand that I might not be understanding it, but I feel like I understand it, but maybe I'm not. Okay, Robert. lead us in a prayer to close us out, my brother, if you would.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So I would like to give thanks for our time together, to Eagle for instructing us. Thank you to this course for actually allowing us to speak and learn our heritage. May we all have the strength and wisdom to rely on each other, and may my relatives be safe and have a great night and comfort through these tough times. Eska.
Like I said, I hope I helped you guys tonight, and I wanted to slow it down just a little bit so that we wouldn't be uh, because some of that stuff was a little bit advanced what I was talking about yesterday, and we're gonna get back to that. And I got some side notes for some of you that inboxed me and called me. I'll get that to you guys because I do want every single one of you to understand that is my goal. My whole objective here is that every single one of you, every night that you learn something, and if you might have already knew that, that you might understand it better. Like I hoped I helped you, Sister Barbara, on how them people are talking it, and it's not that they don't realize that they're doing wrong. It's just because they don't know. And some people are stubborn, and you got remember it goes back to what I told you guys the first time. You got to be willing to be teachable. If you're unteachable, how could I ever teach you anything? You know everything. And so when you try to teach them that you can't say that in that form because that's a direct form to somebody specific, you can't say that to them when you talk about them, third person. But anyway, I went on too long tonight. Loved ones, I love you guys. You guys have a great night, okay?
Weeblaha.
Weeblaha.
Thanks, Eagle.
You know,
Weeblaha.
that's all.